What's up guys, back with another video, and today we are talking about the best pro Apple ecosystem that you can get. And since you are here for the suggestions and recommendations, we are going straight to that. But before, I just want to mention that this is the setup, the ecosystem for you if you want to have the best experience while using these devices and not necessarily want to go pro because you are a genuine pro. Or this is exactly the opposite. This may also be the setup for you if you just want to use it for some pro use cases that you find interesting that are connected to your work. So without wasting any extra unnecessary time, to the point. Well, and since it is Apple's ecosystem we are talking about, we cannot obviously skip the iPhone, and that would be iPhone 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. We are going with the Pro lineup. We are going, with the best value so-called Pro lineup right here, right now. Therefore, I believe that both iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max would be the best for you for a very simple reasons. Since you are a pro, since you are a more luxurious user, maybe you will appreciate 120 Hz, maybe you will appreciate better build quality, maybe you need that pro level of battery that you can get from iPhone 13 Pro Max. Maybe you will use Apple ProRAW, telephoto camera, and the features that Pro iPhone models recommend. Because over the regular 13 models, iPhone 13 Pro Max offers better battery life, iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max offer overall better camera system, more RAM, so you can switch more between the apps that you've already opened and they won't be closing. It's more powerful when it comes to graphics, the screen is also nicer, smoother, as well as that build quality. Therefore, I believe that iPhone Pro lineup is actually for you. And hence the recommendation of iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max based on your needs and size. You wanna go the most size, you work a lot off your phone, iPhone 13 Pro Max with that top level battery life. You wanna something more compact, iPhone 13 Pro, it's still gonna be plenty when it comes to battery life and all you need. The other product that I actually find very crucial to the ecosystem, it's actually not an iPad, about that in just a while. But the one I'm talking about is MacBook. And since we are talking about the Pro lineup, we just cannot ignore the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros. Yes, we have terrific value MacBook Air and cheaper 13-inch MacBook Pro, but those 14 and 16 inches Pro, they are insane. They are genuinely insane, not even insane, genuinely insane. You get all of that power and capabilities with that higher level of Apple silicon. On top of that, you get beautiful mini LED 120 Hz displays, you get legacy port, you get terrific battery life. Is there really anything more you can need from a laptop? These things, 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros, they have all you need. You can configure it the way you want it. It has all the capabilities in the world, all the power in the world. If you're a pro, these are definitely products for you. And the experience of using them, with that beautiful mini LED display, with that thundersome performance, with that 120 Hz, with the legacy ports, these laptops, they're just hard to beat. Therefore, they obviously had to be in this Apple's ecosystem. And these two products, iPhone and MacBook, I consider to be crucial for the Apple ecosystem. But maybe, just maybe, you're a pro user who doesn't necessarily want to use a MacBook, or maybe you want to have a certain edition, especially since now you have universal control to that ecosystem. So you're looking for an iPad. And well, obviously, we can recommend the M1 iPad Pro, that's still gonna be valid, that's still gonna be terrific in terms of all the value, all the capabilities and everything that you have in the world. But maybe not necessarily iPad is gonna be something that you will really use to its top level capabilities. So in that way, I would generally recommend those refurbished iPad Pros, either the 2018 or 2020 iPad Pros that you can find on Apple website. These are cheaper, offer tons of capabilities just like the M1 iPad Pro. They even look pretty much identical to this iPad, and the capabilities are pretty much the same. You still get that fantastic promotion display, fantastic performance, speakers, a full iPad OS experience, tons of power, tons of capabilities, USB-C. Since you are a pro, you are probably gonna care about that. Or maybe you just wanna the most luxurious iPad you can get. Well, there aren't that many differences from the 2018 to the 2020 to the 21 iPad Pro, so like, yeah, whichever you choose, you are gonna be pleased as heck. As I said, you wanna go for the newest, the latest, the greatest, the M1 iPad Pro is the way to go, but that's not necessarily the case, since the refurbished 2018 and 2020 iPad Pros, they'll give you pretty much the same experience, so you may wanna consider them as well. And one more product that many people would find maybe useless to a certain degree, but that's actually not the case. These are the headphones. The headphones or the earbuds that Apple also offers, and that would be AirPods Pro, like for the right price. Even though they are Pro model, even though they are fantastic, they have been out for a very long time. AirPods Pro are on the way. AirPods Pro second generation are actually on the way. So like the first generation, even though still great, I still recommend that, of course, but I'll just look for some cheaper prices. There are plenty of deals right now, so AirPods Pro definitely recommended, as well as AirPods Max. And like, what? Like, before you rage quit, let me just quickly explain why AirPods Max. Well, I believe if you're into Apple's ecosystem, if you want Apple headphones, you don't necessarily have to go for Apple headphones, since, you know, I just bought myself Sony XM3s. They are fantastic. I made a review about them and I love these headphones. But you know, maybe you just want to go for Apple ecosystem fully. This is what this video is about. So Apple AirPods Max. Why? Well, because firstly, they dropped on price, and secondly, they are way better than they were originally, thanks to the magic of Apple updates. Their noise cancellation is amazing. Sound quality is like on a top level, probably one of the best, if not the best, among Bluetooth wireless headphones. On top of that, all the features like spatial audio, best transparency mode, you know, beautiful Apple's premium design. Therefore, AirPods Max I also consider to be a fantastic addition to the Apple's ecosystem. If you have the money, if you have the willingness to go with the over-ear headphones, in that way, AirPods Max terrific. If you just want nice wireless earbuds, AirPods Pro will be terrific in my opinion, you know. Why the earbuds, why the headphones? Well, we all use that plenty right now in these days, and they both offers active noise cancellation, as well as all of those features that Apple bragged about, like transparency mode, spatial audio. The sound quality is also pretty decent. So like, you know, they are the obvious way to go if you have the money, if you want to remain in the Apple's ecosystem. And I'm not also mentioning Apple Watch, since to be perfectly honest, as you can see, I don't use one, and I don't, for my use case, it's not that useful, it wouldn't be that useful. Therefore, I didn't include that in my Apple's ecosystem. But if you're into Apple's Watch, like of course the Series 7, you know, that's a pretty obvious choice when it comes to that. Maybe some would be interested in the Series 6, but like the Series 7 in my opinion brought some decent upgrade when it comes to the design and overall screen real estate. So you know, that would be an obvious choice. But I personally don't use it, therefore I didn't include this in this ecosystem. But I did include iPhone 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max, iPad Pro, whether it's the new one M1 or the refurbished ones, AirPods Pro that you can find on a deal, and AirPods Max that you can also find on a deal, and those 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros. Like, in my opinion, this is a genuine Pro setup that will give you all the capabilities you want from an Apple ecosystem. You know, all the benefits, universal control, quick switching between the devices when it comes to, you know, AirPods Max and AirPods Pro. You know, the overall pairing of all of these devices, their cooperation will be absolutely fantastic. And I think that any pro or any just user who would want to have the pro experience from the Apple products will definitely have a tons of fun and tons of great user experience when it comes to using these individual products. Hence, that was the setup I created for you. I really hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to press the like button. If you want to see more content like that, smash that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or maybe suggestions, make sure to let me know down in the comments. I'll gladly read them, gladly reply. Hopefully, you have a great week. Until next time.